Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Thank you all for joining us today. Dr. McGuire, I think it's fair to say that when people turn on their faucets, that they expect clean water. Can you explain how the research supported in Representative Whitman's bill, the Advancing Water Research and Collaboration Act, would help improve water quality?
Sure, thank you for that question. Our research is specifically aimed at questions like that, both on the education side, helping people understand where their water comes from when they turn on their faucets. In some parts of this country, that's coming from forests. In other parts of this country, it's groundwater. So there's some education that we do, information transfer. But on the research side, it's really targeted to where our problems and challenges are. Those sort of come from some of our local communities or our agencies and our partners. Our funding cycle is annually, so the projects vary quite a bit year to year. And in some cases, they're very much related to drinking water. And you may know a lot of the work that was done at Virginia Tech in Flint, Michigan, specifically tied to that water faucet issue. We have funded that research a number of times on issues like lead in drinking water.
So some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, they tend to treat not just every water issue, but really every issue in this committee kind of the same way, where they use it as a reason to justify sweeping new environmental mandates. And so in your opinion, is the strategy for, I guess, addressing water quality issues, which one is more effective? Targeted research and policy solutions, or just broad regulatory mandates?
I think where there are questions and we need more information, the research is important so that we can develop the right policies. And I think that's really what our program focuses on, is trying to bring data to some of the problems so that we can make informed decisions. And we're not policymakers, but we try to provide that information. I always make it very clear when I visit congressional offices that we're here for you. If there are questions, we hope to tackle them and help you get the information you need to make decisions.
So in your view, does this program that's created in this bill avoid crowding out state and local leadership and instead support solutions that are driven by the American people?
If I understand the question correctly, yes. The solutions are for our communities. One of the things that we do quite a bit is partner with our cooperative extension colleagues. So we're engaging with communities directly. We do that on our own, but in many cases, cooperative extension, they're much more connected. And since the water institutes are almost all co-located at the land-grant universities, many of us partner with cooperative extension in doing that.
So why should taxpayers in rural North Carolina trust that funding research institutes and universities will actually benefit them and not just expand administrative overhead? I mean, I'm genuinely asking because I want to be able to explain this to folks back home that, in a way that makes sense to them.
Yeah, so Western Carolina is a great example of how we mobilize really related to events and specific issues. Tropical Storm Helene caused a variety of water-related issues. We provided information real time, our centers and institutes, when communities had questions. We have now been helping on sort of resilience building in the communities. So I think that those issues that your constituents may have questions about, that's exactly what we want to help with. And I think that having a state institutes program where we're sort of boots on the ground in the region, in the states, we can more directly connect with those.
You kind of touched on this already, but speaking from your own experience, what is a concrete example of a scenario where research funding proved to be a very good return on investment?
There are a variety of these. One of the things that on the return on investment that I would say is that we have the one-to-one match, and the existence of the Institute's program, because of the establishment of the Water Resources Research Act, sort of provides infrastructure for research expertise on a variety of issues. So we're sort of a place where people can go, and we can leverage that federal money to do more. So I put in my written testimony that in Virginia we almost increased those funds by 4 times just in our institute. So there's a lot of leverage that we do. Specific projects, and I could speak mostly to Virginia, so I'm not sure if that'll be helpful. And I'm happy to give you examples from other countries or other states, but I'd have to kind of connect with some of my colleagues that know that work better.
Gotcha.
But I'll give you an example from Virginia. Harmful algal blooms were first reported on one of our major reservoirs, a recreational reservoir, high property values around the reservoir, and there was a swim advisory. The General Assembly set aside funding to investigate this harmful algal bloom and understand the sources, but understand really, how might they deal with this in the future? How can we maybe prevent, swim advisories, for instance? And they contracted with us to do that work because we have the connections in our academic community and the expertise to address that problem. But we partnered with the state agencies and a local lake association in doing that work. So we were engaging with both the regulatory agencies and Department of Health too, and our citizen group, the Lake Association. And we gave them information that I think they can use going forward to sort of help with that challenge. So that's a specific example in Virginia.
Great. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I yield back.
Yeah.